I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Here's an interesting article. President Obama, according to this Jerusalem report, promised Jewish homes to the Palestinians. Dateline Jerusalem. President Obama is fed up with Israel while his administration has given the Palestinians guarantees they will eventually take over Jewish homes and buildings throughout most of the West Bank, a top Palestinian Authority official claimed. He said, quote, "We heard from the U.S. that no matter what Israel is doing in the West Bank, it will not affect a final status agreement to create a Palestinian state." He said, "The Americans told us that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu might construct in the West Bank, but for now, but we Palestinians can enjoy these houses later. The evacuated homes will not be destroyed like some were when Israel pulled out of Gaza. Just between you and me, they destroyed all the homes, everything, all the businesses, everything, when the Jews pulled out of Gaza." The official said Obama has adopted the position of Palestinian Prime Minister Salam Fayyad, who presented a plan to create a Palestinian state within 2 years, based largely on the 1967 borders, meaning Israel would retreat from the West Bank and eastern sections of Jerusalem. He said the official said that the U.S. would back Israel, retaining what are known as the main settlement blocks, a reference to certain large Jewish West Bank communities such as Gush Etzion. The official, however, said that the U.S. does not support Israel retaining the E1 area in Jerusalem, referring to the Ma'ale Adumim, a Jewish community in eastern Jerusalem. The issue of Jewish construction is contentious. Obama has demanded that Israel stop all settlement activity or Jewish building projects in the West Bank and eastern Jerusalem. Obama's Mideast envoy, George Mitchell, is in the region attempting to negotiate a settlement freeze. Talks between Netanyahu and Mitchell, which continued today, failed to reach an agreement. A deal could allow for a tripartite meeting between Obama, Netanyahu, and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, which is being held, of course, this week. And in concerning that, this Jerusalem Post article confirms that President Obama will host a meeting tomorrow, that's Tuesday of this week, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian Authority Mahmoud Abbas in an effort to lay the groundwork for renewed peace negotiations, the White House announced Saturday night. White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs said the three-way meeting would take place after Obama meets separately with each of the two leaders. These meetings will continue the efforts of President Obama, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and Special Envoy George Mitchell to lay the groundwork for the relaunch of negotiations and to create a positive context for those negotiations so that they can succeed. However, the Prime Minister's office said Sunday that the meeting will not serve as a preparation for negotiations and could not constitute a renewal of negotiations where they were left off, but rather be a preliminary meeting to lay the groundwork for further meetings. Netanyahu, the statement continued, never set any preconditions for meeting with the Palestinian leadership and was ready to travel anywhere in the world and meet any leader for so long as the meeting would advance peace. The announcement of the meeting came as something of a surprise, as earlier this week Mitchell failed to make progress in talks with the two leaders. Hours before Saturday night's announcement, Israel and the Palestinian Authority continued to squabble over which side was to blame for the current stall in peace talks. On Thursday, several Palestinian officials hinted that such a meeting might take place, but stressed that the Palestinians would not drop their demand that Israel halt all construction and settlements before the resumption of peace talks. I don't know why they've got so bent up over Israel's building houses and businesses and all kinds of construction going on in these areas. If the Palestinians have already been promised by our president that once they take over the territory, hey, you guys, you can have all those buildings the Jews constructed. Well, why are you asking the Jews to stop construction then? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, Obama, our president, because of his inaugural speech and because of the speech he made in Egypt, has inspired the Muslims of America to prepare a Washington, D.C. prayer rally. Sharia law, that's Islamic law, experts proclaim that this meeting where they're going to have 50,000 Muslims attend the event on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., coming up in a few days on September 25th. That's this week. All right? They're going to have 50,000 Muslims attend this prayer vigil event. And they are calling it Our Day Has Come. Isn't that amazing? Our day has come. And they said that President Barack Obama is providing their inspiration. The organizer is Hassan Abdallah, who leads an Elizabeth, New Jersey mosque, and two special guests for the event, according to the website, will be Sheikh Mohammed Jabril and Sheikh Ahmed Diwaidar. According to the website, Jabril's